Hall of Famer Tito Santana, hoping to give.
Hello, hey guys, just 10 here with Hill 5 Wrestling. What's your opinion? And
something like that than I have ever found.
Gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm the Notorious ATB. He's just incredible. This is season 2 of Till 5 Wrestling.
That's right.
Now, I've heard from a lot of people that our shows are fun, but they're hard to follow. So we decided that for episode 1 of season 2, the official episode,
This one's for the casuals.
This is for the casual fans. We're going to go over, first and foremost, wrestling terminology. All right, first off, just 10. Let the fans know what a heel is.
Well, a heel, Aaron, is your classic bad guy. The heel wrestler's goal is to get heat. Aaron, what's heat?
Heat is when you get the crowd into it, you get them invested and interested. You know, you're drawing heat, you're getting them into it, you're getting them fired up, you're getting that crowd ready to go. The best thing that a heel can do is to get heat so that they cheer for the face.
That's right. And a face is a good guy in professional wrestling. If you've got that bad guy, you got to have a good guy.
And if you get a good work going,
Yep.
then all of the fans will start to think that these guys really hate each other or don't like each other, and the fans will enjoy the show.
And
Sometimes
a work is part of the show.
Yes, a work means that it's planned, it's all agreed upon.
Yep.
Sometimes, though, you get a shoot.
Right. And a shoot is when things go off script.
Things can go off script. Sometimes, you know, you just have to stab somebody with a fork because you're New Jack.
Yeah, maybe you accidentally hit somebody and you get a receipt.
Yeah, that happens. A receipt is when you return the favor to someone that's hit you harder than they should have, often because someone is too green.
That's right. And green, much like a greenhorn in any job,
someone who's new to the business.
A rookie.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've already mentioned heel and face, but let's not forget tweeners. Aaron, what's a tweener?
Tweener is when someone is sometimes a face, sometimes a heel.
Anti-hero of sorts.
Yeah, and then AEW seems to run a lot of tweeners.
Yep, like Hangman's almost a tweener.
Now, there's also the term death match.
Yes, and death matches suck. If you know, death matches are when you work for a company that you don't get paid a lot, that maybe the promoter of said company has a lot of allegations, and you hit yourself in the head with glass and light tubes and all kinds of random bullshit.
Stupid stuff that can permanently injure you. And is a death match wrestling thing. We don't like those.
And you make less than minimum wage to do so.
You will often blade during these.
That's true. Maybe not if you work for certain death match companies. And if you do blade, you know, that is where you with a little razor make yourself bleed. Show a little
get some color. Color is blood.
Show a little color. And speaking of blood, gigging also. You know, if you use the term gig. Aaron, why don't you tell everybody what the IWC is?
Now, the IWC, if I can be notorious for a moment.
Here we go.
The IWC are a bunch of internet wrestling fans, the internet wrestling community. They're a bunch of basement dwellers that are waiting for their mom to let them know that dinner's ready so they can come upstairs and have it. They're down there with a neck beard. They wouldn't know what a real woman looks like. All they know is that what they see on television. They're generally mouth breathers, and they just want to piss and moan when they're not talented enough to do it themselves.
When they don't agree with the politics of a particular wrestler that liked something on Twitter, they'll pick it apart for months and treat that wrestler like a piece of garbage.
Yeah,
for having a personal opinion.
Well, you wanna run down guys like Jeff Jarrett for still working when they're still great workers. And they belong in the business.
And in 5 years, when it's all said and done, you're going to miss Jeff Jarrett. You're going to miss Chris Jericho because you guys are nothing but a bunch of marks.
Marks are people who don't understand that wrestling is for entertainment and they take it entirely too serious. Originally, a mark was just a fan, but mark has become more of a derogatory term for the internet wrestling community mouth breathers. They're all
for
just
the neck beard nerds.
Yeah. They're all a bunch of marks. And that's one.
I hate marks and Mark.
Now, segment number 2, we're going to talk about WWE. They are the big dogs on the block, the longest running company today.
World Wrestling Entertainment, formerly World Wrestling Federation, before the Panda place decided that wasn't cool after 45 years.
Well, hey, WWE had been told for years not to do it, and they were told that they would never cross into WWF's territory, and it started being issues for them. So WWF had to crack down, became WWE. WWE has been around as the WWE for the last 20 plus years, but they've been around for over 40 years as the leader in sports entertainment. They are the spectacle show. It's where you see superstars like The Rock.
That's where you see celebrities like Logan Paul
or Macaulay Culkin.
Or Travis Scott smoking a blunt.
Yeah, John Cena's back for the WWE.
Yeah, you can't see John Cena.
Yeah, you've got a lot of great superstars there. That's where the money is. That's where the fame is. You're an international superstar.
But you know what, Aaron? If you don't really enjoy having 4 matches in a 3-hour show, you could watch AEW. And AEW is a company founded in 2019
by Tony Khan. It's helped develop our friendship. It's very much like an independent wrestling company that's grew for the fans. Now it is owned by a billionaire.
Yep.
Who runs it his way. It's
who may be a mark.
He is a mark.
He's the money mark.
Well, you said it, not me. He'll get you fired.
He's the money mark.
I love AEW. We're not really enjoying some of the things going on right now. The Death Riders aren't working for us.
I hope that there's greener pastures ahead.
And that's better greener, not ill performing greener.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Anyways. Anywho. So that's AEW. That's segment number 3. Now, we're Till 5 Wrestling. We're sponsored by
Stover's Liquidation. Liquidation and wholesale home improvement. Truckload quantities available at www.stoverliquidation.com at 481 Tulsa Road in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, 37830, or at 452 West Broad Street, Cookeville, Tennessee, at 38501, the area code on that. They're closed on Sundays. They're open till 6 p.m. and they're 24 hours online.
They're Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sundays, they're closed. You can contact the Oak Ridge store at 865-523-4449 or the Cookeville store at 931-526-2591. Go see our good friends at Stover's Liquidation. Get you some good deal on tile, flooring, maybe some new appliances. Maybe it's time to do a little bit of renovation in the home, kind of like our next company has had to do. TNA Wrestling, they've had to do a lot of renovations. They were very similar to what we thought AEW was going to be.
Founded by the
Jarretts.
Jeff and Jerry Jarrett.
Yeah. Now, they ended up working out a deal with Panda Energy after a couple of years. And Dixie Carter bought the company. She's brought in Hogan, and it really hurt the company for our enjoyment.
I'm not mad at Dixie. Dixie genuinely just doesn't know wrestling.
Yeah. But TNA, we had high hopes for it back in the day.
There was a lot of different moments in TNA's history where you said, man, this is going to
be it. This is going to be the time. They're going to do this. It's going to turn around. We're going to be back in the Monday Night Wars. And they never did pull it off. And now they're basically a feeder system for the WWE. Yeah, let's be honest.
Congratulations to the new developmental brand, TNA.
Yeah, there is no OVW. There's TNA.
Good for you guys.
Nick
and
Nemeth
we'll see just how bad AEW was for poaching all the talent when TNA has no one but greenhorns left in 6 months.
Oh, well, you said it, not me. Now, that's 4. Yeah. Maybe for 5, we need to talk about some of the companies that are no longer with us today.
Well, before we get into some of the closed companies, let's get into a company that somehow, some way has managed to continue to survive like TNA.
Billy Corgan, he's made a real friend out of a recent interview and guest, friend of the channel, if you will, Dylan Hines.
Yeah, that's right.
Good
doctor.
By pulling the NWA Tag Team titles from World Class Big Time Professional Wrestling's event coming up in March. And, the NWA is still around technically, but it's not really the NWA that we all grew up with. It's not the NWA that Jeff Jarrett worked in. Corgan seems to be trying to rebuild a developmental name for the NWA.
Of sorts, yeah.
Yeah. He's got School of Morton in Tennessee.
He started a bit of a territory type deal again, where he's got a lot of different spots. He's working with a lot of different local indie promotions in different places. And he's got Mike Knox. So how much better could it be than that? And occasionally, James Storm will snort a white substance on their television program and lose them CW
James
deals.
Vanderbeek, not James
I
Storm.
said James Storm. I meant James Mitchell. Sorry
Oh,
about that, guys.
wow.
Sorry, James Storm.
Vanderbeek, Mitchell.
Sorry,
Whatever.
James Storm.
Vanderbeek
Former
is James
NWA
Mitchell.
national
See,
champion James
sometimes
Storm.
people change names. It
That's right.
happens. You know, speaking of changing names, TNA also went by Impact for a little bit. Forgot to
true.
mention that. You know,
NWA TNA.
they were NWA TNA for a little bit. They went through a lot of name changes, a lot of rebuildings.
You know, we're getting
kind of like the NWA.
but this is talking about the closed companies. So let's talk about the biggest to start with. WCW.
Man, it was a great show. They were the big kids on the block, and really, I think that just the AOL Time Warner deal in 2001 is what killed that company.
Well, I think it didn't help that the NWA made them relevant and be able to compete, but it also hurt them in the long run because they dragged it out way too long.
The NWO.
Did I say NWA?
Yes,
again?
you did.
Well, that's what happens. We have to re-record 10 times, right, Dave?
I don't think Dave likes you anymore. Anyways, Dave is so happy to be re-recording this
Good
episode.
stuff, Dave.
But that's our dedication to you all. But just like, WCW was dedicated to their fans, AWA had a dedicated fan base in Minnesota.
That's right.
Maybe we'll have to cover that on a future
Maybe
episode.
we should talk about that at some point, Aaron.
Yeah, we can talk about the top wrestlers from Minnesota sometime down the road.
Another company with a loyal fan base and one of my personal favorites, ECW. Not around anymore.
No longer around, but now there is the, I feel like the spiritual successor to ECW with GCW running today. They've got great shows. Yeah. The XPW pops up occasionally.
Well, you've got MLW still around with another great friend of the Good Doctor winning their world title recently. The bro, Matt Riddle.
That's not really a good friend of the Good Doctor. But, we've had a lot of good companies come and go. We've got JCW nowadays. We'll be talking about them on here. That's Juggalo Championship Wrestling or Championship Wrestling with ICP. But it's really quality entertainment. Even look, Old Man Tan.
Hey, listen, I've admitted on the show, JCW is a lot of fun.
It is.
I really enjoy the
it's
product.
Season 2. Reiterate that for the fans.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Violent J is a blast.
His Juggalo
Willie
shit
Mack,
sucks.
he loves face painting clowns.
Yeah.
And
I, for some reason, love Willie Mack.
We're going to try and cover a lot of different companies around here now. It's a new day, a new year, a new season for
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
And we hope to entertain. I know this has been a short episode, but it's a quickie from Till 5.
Real quick, before we start, I'd like to go on a bit of a tangent here myself.
Uh-oh.
Guys, this right here is not wrestling related. Guys, listen to me. I'm going to take this microphone off so you can really hear what I'm saying. Kentucky, you've waged war on vaping. You have tried to take it away from me. You've tried to take my livelihood. You've tried to take my job for the last 6 years. And I'm here to say, Kentucky, do the right thing. And residents of the state of Kentucky, be pissed off. Write your congressmen. Write your governor. Tell them, hell no. And FDA, you can suck my